Where the hell is this Twisted Metal show?
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
In case you guys weren't aware, Twisted Metal is coming back as a live-action TV show on Peacock. Yep, that Peacock. But the talent behind this show seems pretty damn talented, if I do say so myself. For the writers, we got Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, who are best known for the Deadpool movies. And the showrunner, we got Michael Jonathan Smith, who is best known for his work on Cobra Kai. The cast we have for this show is fantastic. We got Anthony Mackie as John Doe, a character from Twisted Metal Black. We got Stephanie Beatrice as Quiet, a brand new character made for this show. We got Thomas Hayden Church as Agent Stone, a classic Twisted Metal character. Nev Campbell as Raven, classic character from Twisted Metal Black. And we got both Samoa Joe and Will Arnett, who are playing Sweet Tooth. Samoa Joe will be the physical body of Sweet Tooth, while Will Arnett will be the voice of Sweet Tooth. So far, pretty talented cast. One thing I want to point out to the hardcore Twisted Metal fans, if there are any out there, I bet they are. Clearly, there are. They're actually pulling some really obscure characters for the show. So we got Miranda Watts and Agent Shepard from Twisted Metal Head On, who are going to appear in this show, thanks to some IMDb searching on my end. And we got Mike and Stu from Twisted Metal 2. Yep. Mike and Stu are going to be in live action, which is a sentence I never thought I would say out loud, but it's actually happening.
Yahoo! We're here, man! We made it, bro!
So this actually gives me a good sign that the talent behind the show knows what it's doing. The fact that they're pulling out these random obscure Twisted Metal characters for this live action show means that they did their due diligence. You know, they did their homework. They played every Twisted Metal game. Did they play Twisted Metal Small Brawl? I don't know. I would like to think that they did. That game, underrated. Very underrated. That's another video for another time.
What is it, Gober?
If you ever want to see your thirsty widow Froggy again, you gotta play my game.
Let's get back to the Twisted Metal show. So what's the premise for this TV show? TV original on Peacock? So, Twisted Metal is a half-hour live-action TV series based on the classic PlayStation game series. It's a high-action, octane comedy based on an original take by Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick about a motor-mouthed outsider offered a chance at a better life, but only if he can successfully deliver a mysterious package across a post-apocalyptic wasteland. With the help of a trigger-happy car thief, he'll face savage marauders driving vehicles of destruction and other dangers of the open road, including a deranged clown who drives an all-too-familiar ice cream truck. So yeah, this is an entirely new take on Twisted Metal, and one that I'm personally here for. The Twisted Metal franchise in itself hasn't really been too concerned with canon. Twisted Metal 1, 2, and Twisted Metal Head On, the PSP game, are all considered one timeline. Twisted Metal 3 and 4 are its own separate timeline. Small Brawl is its own thing. Twisted Metal Black is its own thing. And Twisted Metal 2012 is its own thing. So they're not really concerned with like continuity. Like every Twisted Metal game is kind of its own thing, which I kind of like about the franchise. And I like that this show is also doing its own thing. It's offering a new take on Twisted Metal, which I think is good. And I don't need it to be like exactly like the games. Of course, it's gonna be inspired by the games. They got fucking Mike and Stu in this show, so they clearly did their homework. But one question remains. When is this show actually gonna come out? Well, I thought it was guaranteed for this year until the head of PlayStation Productions responded to me on Twitter. Yep, I got ratioed. Zeus! One thing that I am almost, I would say 99% sure of, is that the Twisted Metal show will premiere after the Gran Turismo movie comes out, which actually looks pretty good, by the way. That's a whole nother video. But the Gran Turismo movie comes out August 11th, 2023. I think PlayStation Productions wants like enough space in between all their projects to give them all its own breathing room. The Gran Turismo movie coming out in August. I can see the Twisted Metal show at the earliest late September of this year, most likely for October or November, and at the absolute latest, early 2024. You see, like, the show wrapped up filming last year in October 2022, so I don't think post-production work will take that long. They're still probably finishing the show right now. They're still working on it every day, and I hope we get it this year. It's not guaranteed, but I would bet money on it. Yep, I would bet money on this show coming out this year, definitely after the Gran Turismo movie, probably around late September, October, and at the absolute latest, early 2024. And for me personally, I'm just desperate to see this show. This is my most anticipated PlayStation Productions project. I think the potential of this show is pretty huge, to be honest. See, with a show like The Last of Us on HBO, which I think is great. I love it. It's fantastic. But as someone who knows the source material very well, it's basically the story of the game adapted to the TV show. So it hits all the character beats, all the main themes, the story beats almost accurately to the games. There's a few things that are different, but mostly it's a very faithful and respectful adaptation. With this Twisted Metal show, they could do anything. Well, while still respecting the legacy, I should make that clear. I wanted to respect Twisted Metal while also doing its own thing. And I think this show is clearly doing its own thing. It's clearly different than any other Twisted Metal game just by the premise alone. All the Twisted Metal games are car combat games with like a contest held by Calypso. That's another thing. We haven't got any word on Calypso about this show. I bet they're teasing that for a future season or two. But yeah, I would like that this show is starting out with its own story, post-apocalyptic, which is weird and interesting. That's new for a Twisted Metal game. And yeah, I am so curious to see what this show does week to week, because I think it's gonna be really good, man. I'm pretty bullish on this show. I know some people are kind of iffy on it, but I think it could be really cool, especially with the talent, both in the crew and the cast. I think this show is gonna surprise a lot of people. But yeah, I'm just praying for a 2023 release date. If not, I'll wait. Take your time. I'll wait till 2024 to get this show out and watch it with the rest of you guys. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for this Twisted Metal show update. It's been a while because there's barely been anything to talk about this show, but I wanted to give you guys an update on this show. Don't worry, it's still coming. Twisted Metal will be here when it's ready. But yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you did not like it, give it a dislike. Comment, let me know what I can improve for the future. And comment, let me know about what you think of the Twisted Metal show. And subscribe if you want more videos on the way. I'm your Radic, and I'm signing off. Peace.